nameplate after it took a few years off from our shores. If you were thinking this new Landcruiser would be just a slight revision on the last one, think again. The 2024 model is smaller, cheaper, hybrid only, and way more purposeful looking than the previous model. Its design is a massive departure from the last Landcruiser, adopting elements from the legendary 4x4's earlier history. The squared-off body and upright stance is a timeless off-roader look, and we think it suits the new Landcruiser quite well. Toyota made the new model 4.4 inches narrower and 1.2 inches shorter overall to improve its nimbleness off-road, and it looks dramatically smaller in person. Interestingly, there are two headlight designs, one being a rectangular look reminiscent of the FJ62, and two trims of the new Landcruiser getting round headlights. Speaking of the trims, there are three total trims named: Landcruiser 1958, Landcruiser, and Landcruiser First Edition. The basic 1958 model comes well equipped with 18-inch alloy wheels, LED fog lamps, heated seats, heated steering wheel, a crawl control function, and downhill assist control. Stepping up to the Landcruiser trim nets you key extras like the front stabilizer bar disconnect, multi-terrain select programs for different types of off-roading, multi-terrain monitor cameras for navigating trails, rigid fog lights, and way more tech. The First Edition ups capability even higher with a front skid plate, those aforementioned rock rails, leather seats, and a whole lot more. When the previous generation left us, the Landcruiser was rocking a big, naturally aspirated V8 engine as its only option. Now, Toyota is making its iForce Max Hybrid powertrain the only available form of motivation for the new Landcruiser. It consists of a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine and a 48 horsepower electric motor integrated with the 8-speed automatic transmission, all of which is also used on the new Tacoma. Total system output is a respectable 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. That puts the new model at a 55 horsepower deficit to the previous model, but thanks to the power of turbocharging and electric motors, the new Landcruiser is up 64 pound-feet of torque. Towing maxes out at 6,000 pounds, a number that will come as a disappointment for many since the previous Landcruiser was rated for 8,100 pounds. As for the hybrid system and efficiency, Toyota says it's using a 1.87 kilowatt-hour nickel metal hydride battery pack to power the electric motor, but we'll need to wait for fuel economy estimates. As you may have expected, the Landcruiser is built off of Toyota's Tinga F body-on-frame platform, just like other Toyota trucks and Lexus SUVs like the new GX. It features a new double wishbone front suspension design and a multi-link rear suspension paired with coil springs. A front sway bar disconnect works with the push of a button and comes on all but the base 1958 trim. Toyota says ground clearance is 8.7 inches, and you get approach, breakover, and departure angles of 31 degrees, 25 degrees, and 22 degrees respectively. That said, the 1958 trim has a slightly degraded approach angle of 30 degrees due to its slightly different wheel and tire package. A Landcruiser having proper off-road chops is without question at this point, and the new one delivers too. Every Landcruiser comes standard with a full-time four-wheel drive system that features a center-locking differential and an electronically controlled transfer case with both a high and low range. You also get an electronic locking rear differential to split power 50-50 to the rear wheels should you need to do so. Other hardware you'll be happy to see on the menu are optional rock rails and a full battery of high-strength steel skid plates. Front tow and recovery hooks come standard on every trim. Two different screen setups will grace the interior of the new Landcruiser. The 1958 trim gets an 8-inch touchscreen, with the other two trims getting a 12.3-inch touchscreen. Both come with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto as standard, and Toyota says they can receive over-the-air updates as the company pushes them out. The 1958 trim also has a smaller digital instrument cluster flanked by analog gauges, while the other trims have a full screen cluster with no analog gauges. Just like all new Toyota models these days, the company's Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 system comes standard, which gives you the full assortment of driver assist controls. Every Landcruiser will enjoy niceties like adaptive cruise control, lane tracing assist, auto high beams, blind spot monitoring, and much more. A lot of tech is available depending on which trim you spring for, but even if you don't get the fully loaded First Edition, a premium package is available that adds power heated and ventilated leather seats, a 14-speaker JBL audio system, head-up display, digital rear view mirror, moonroof, and more. Toyota hasn't put its finger on an exact price yet, but it says the new Landcruiser will start in the mid $50,000 range for the base 1958 trim. Hearing Landcruiser and $50,000 in the same sentence is downright astonishing, considering the previous model ended life with an over $87,000 starting sticker. Sales are scheduled to begin in the spring of 2024, and the first 2 months will be limited to just 5,000 units of the first edition model. After that, the other trims will come online, hopefully with greater production volume. Learn more about the 2024 Toyota Landcruiser at Autoblog.com.